all, I thought yesterday was Sunday, so I thought today was Monday, but then the trash trucks are here. Sue Rankin posted a picture. I'm seeing it right now on the page of Raul. That's exactly how I remember seeing him in the first time with that guitar. I do remember he had a different blazer. He might have had that blazer actually, now that I think about it. Robert's beside him. Great picture, Sue. Are we live? I'm looking.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome, everybody on Facebook. Thank you for being here. Oh, I see us. Hi, everyone. Let me turn my volume down on my phone. Okay, this is what I was going to show you. So the doorbell rang early this morning, and I was like, who the bad word rings my doorbell this early in the morning? And on top of it, they were asking for my driver's license. No, it was not the police, believe it or not. It was the gentleman who delivered my rum. I don't know if you can see it. I'm looking for the picture. People are sending me messages for some reason, and it keeps beeping on my. So this is how it comes. Well, it actually comes in a box, cardboard box. It's just a cardboard box, but it's packed very well. You can see it came in this bubble wrap. Let me figure out how I can mute my messages.
Very awesome.
People are driving me nuts. Let me see. Mute. How do I mute? Mute. Ta-da! Mute all notifications. Okay, there we go. For 1 hour. Okay, thank you. So it comes like this in this nice bubble wrap, so you don't have to worry about your bottles. And then, mira. Ooh,
Oh, you got the darker one.
look at that. Isn't it beautiful?
Nice.
So even if you're not somebody who drinks, you should get this because it's so pretty. And I told somebody today, I don't typically wear t-shirts. I'm not a t-shirt kind of person unless they have obscenities on them, which Randy knows. But I feel close to Raul when I wear, a shirt with his picture or the Mavericks. So that has become my obsession lately. So pretty. Leave it in the kitchen. Probably on one of the shelves. Just it's another way to feel close to Raul.
Signal must not be good.
Yeah.
The goats are chewing on the wires again, Annette.
Gerbils are slowing power.
See him of him.
You want some of that rum?
This is definitely of him. It makes me feel closer to him. So I wanted to show you all again. It comes so well packaged. You don't have to worry about breaking it. It's a beautiful bottle. I know it's something that I'll enjoy. So
she should open it and pass the bottle.
Hey, Annette, your signal's like freaking out on us.
Hey, Annette, can you repeat the last everything you said?
Is it my phone? Is it my microphone?
Yes.
It's your signal.
Oh, it's probably the rain.
Yeah.
Because our signal, we don't ever have a signal issue.
That's why it sounds like you're talking underwater.
Maybe it has to do with the alcohol. Is that like an FCC violation or something?
Only
I don't know.
Drinking it.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not drinking it. But anyhow, welcome everybody. I'm happy to see everybody today. I'm also going to share. I hadn't posted it yet on the page. My dad sent me the article that ran in the Valley Morning Star in South Texas. And if you know South Texas, it's the Rio Grande Valley. It had this beautiful write-up on Raul. I apologize that my microphone was bad, y'all, if you couldn't hear me. I will repeat what I said, though, about the rum. And what's so amazing about this is, if anybody knows South Texas, we're talking like 4 hours south of San Antonio. So way down in the Rio Grande Valley, down near Reynosa, Matamoros, South Padre Island, McAllen. It's a very small area, and it's their own world there, but music is very big there. Conjunto music, Tex-Mex, Norteño, Banda, reggaeton, all different forms of Latin music, or just music in general is huge there. So for him to make the paper, and it wasn't just a little blurb, as you can see, it was quite a significant size. And they don't get the paper every day there either, like some larger cities. So the fact that it was there, I just think that that is just indicative of how loved Raul was, in Texas, everywhere, but I mean in South Texas definitely. And it's a really nice picture of him. I didn't find anything to be critical of in the article. It was from the Associated Press. But anyhow, the fact that he's there, because I have a feeling that some of my family members now are like, wait, isn't that the guy Annette was always talking about? So there we go. That was very nice. And so my dad went ahead and mailed that to me with his little 88-year-old writing. That was sweet of him. So what's going on, Randy? Guy de Nuevo. What's new?
Not much, just relaxing and chilling most of the day. Didn't
You're not
even
eating.
work. I didn't even work on any renovations in the house or anything.
It's the day after Christmas. Everybody's kind of, decompressing, doing
Holiday hang.
holiday hangover. Yeah, all the food and things like that. I'm totally out of it. I thought yesterday was Sunday. Today's trash day because it's usually Thursday, but then I thought it was Monday. So it's just all over the board here. It's like
Annette,
a smorgasbord. Yes.
I wanted you to know something. It's Friday.
Friday the 26th.
Yeah.
I
You cracked
will-
up, but it has been a day. And I put Mark Potter sent me. I didn't know. I really didn't ever, I guess, have an affection or be attracted to the song God's Atomic Power that Raul did. But lately it's just been on my playlist a lot. And I didn't know that it was originally done by somebody called the Leuven Brothers. And so Mark had sent it to me, and I think their version is great. Of course, I think Raul's is better, but it's very reminiscent of old Buck Owens, when he
Yep.
was Buck Owens in the Buckaroos. So that's where God's Atomic Power came from. I imagine they wrote it. I'm not really sure if they wrote it. Hi, Karen. Hi, Joni. Welcome,
Hey.
loves. Oh, Judy's not here because it's Shabbat. Now I get it. It's Friday. Judy, happy Shabbat. I know you're not here, but when you see this
Karen, hi,
tomorrow,
Judy.
ding, Blondie just got it. Now, see, if somebody would have said tomorrow's Shabbat, I would have known it was Friday. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody. Nice to see you, ladies. But anyhow, so I was saying Mark sent me that the Leuven Brothers God's Atomic Power, which it's a really nice song. It's a praise God kind of song. But I had been listening to it more because of Raul, and going through all the albums and finding songs that for whatever reason didn't really just stick out at me at one time. I'm also going back and going through the concerts because I figured out in all the clips people have sent me that if you like a certain song, like I like She's About a Mover, and you never got to see Raul live.
Well, there she goes again.
Talking underwater.
I have no idea what's going on. Can
It's
hear
your
me now?
signal. It's your internet signal.
My signal. It must be. I'm
Gotta
sorry. I
fix trouble.
apologize. It's raining here
It's
in
all right.
Southern California again, so it's not nice right now. But if you
Cable
go through,
company's underwater.
yeah, I pay them enough, so I know
They're right at the edge of the LA River there.
it's really bad here. It's really bad for, it's like there were people who were evacuated and stuff. So I keep them in my prayers. But if you go through the concert videos, like on YouTube, if because sometimes you might not sit and watch it all, you'll find hi, somebody just came in. Carol, you were there, and then now you're back. There you are. You'll find that they maybe did a song that you never saw them do live personally, in a concert that you watch on YouTube. And so I just put two and two together because people were sending me all these clips. And I was like, where is that from? Where is that from? Where? And they're from these concerts that are on YouTube that I have not seen. And so if anybody who is in the watching more Raul right now, I know some people are still not able to get there yet, but if you are able to get there, watch the concerts, you'll find a gem, listen to the records again, you'll find a gem, you'll find something that maybe it didn't hit you the first time, but this time it really resonates with you, or you really like, you're like, hey, that's a great song. I was looking for the Mavericks Loving You today on my, I won't say her name, smart device, and she kept playing someone else. But I don't know why I couldn't get her to play it. So I'll have to find a way to be more specific.
Call her Beetlejuice.
You know, I call her a lot of things, and a lot of them aren't pretty. But you know, if you whisper to her, she'll whisper back.
They're t-shirt related.
She'll whisper back to you. So it's really funny at night when I tell her to turn the lights on or off. And if I whisper, she'll go. It's really funny. But anyhow, Joni, are you still with your dad?
No, nope. We tell you what, we had a busy couple of days for, you know, a 94-year-old and a almost 60-year-old. We had a family member go into the hospital the day before Christmas Eve. So that kind of shuffled everything all around. And the Christmas party we were going to have is going to be postponed till June. So, or whenever, maybe January, February, something, who knows. So we had a lot, there was just a lot going on in the 2 days. And good Lord, I didn't wake up until I think 10:30 today. And I talked to him and he was like, yeah, I didn't do anything until noon. So, so we were both pretty tired, very tired.
That's
But
88. I wish he wouldn't do anything until noon, but
yeah,
he's
that's
up at-
unusual
I
for
get
him.
it.
he's up at 5 a.m. and starts like, oh, did I call you at 7 a.m.? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is something wrong? Oh no, I was just playing with my phone, dialing daughter.
Playing with my phone and it accidentally
Yeah.
died.
Yeah. So, but yeah, your dad's pretty well.
He's spry.
I mean, he looks great for 94.
Yeah, he does. He really does. He has, his only problem is his knees. He has no cartilage and he's too old for surgery. And we're at like the week and a half away from his next, he can only get cortisone every 4 months. So this, you know, like this time right before is really difficult for him, and they're getting a little bit worse. So he was, you know, he didn't help decorate his tree. He just kind of watched me do it. And, you know, he's got tomorrow lined up for me of the running around he usually does. I'm going to do it for him tomorrow. So
does he use a cane or a walker, or does he? No.
So I'm sure it sounds like you all have maybe stubborn parents as well, but he carries his cane. He carries it with him. Yeah. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. All the time. He's got it with him. He never uses it.
Yeah, I know how that goes. I mean, I'm glad that my dad takes his cane with him, but using it is another thing. And
Yeah.
It's like the hearing aids. They don't like to use the
Yes.
hearing aids either.
do you know that people have hearing aids that actually answer the phone?
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
The new
I
ones,
didn't
yeah.
know that, and I called my uncle yesterday in San Antonio, and he sounded far away, and my aunt was talking, and I called 3 times, and it was the same thing, something was wrong. And so I called my cousin, and I said, Chris, I'm calling your dad, but something's up. And she goes, oh, he's busy cutting some vegetables, and his hearing aids are answering, but they're not in his ear.
Yeah.
They're
Oh.
like on the counter. So
Interesting.
I didn't even know that was happening. So anyhow, we got the situation. She just took her phone over to her dad for me to talk to my
Yeah, my dad's he
85-year-old
could
uncle.
I wanted to see if I could get his hearing aids attached to my phone, because it does move, like the settings move around, and he pokes at them all the time. But apparently if we do that, then every time I get a call, he'll hear it if he's within range, you know, and yeah, we don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
It's all these things I try to be patient, because my dad always says, you're gonna be here one day, you know, one day it's gonna be you. So I try to be cognizant of that. before y'all were here, I was showing you what I got today.
I can't see it. What
Delivered.
is it?
It's
Oh, it
Rum.
looks
my
like
rum.
booze.
It's my
Yay.
Raul rum, my Trovador, and it came in a real nice bubble wrap. I wanted to show you. So I encourage everybody to buy it because, like I said, it's a really pretty bottle. I mean, I'm sure it's delicious. But it's another way to feel close to Raul and remember him and think of him, and it helps out the family. I was going to ask today, Randy, too, today, speaking of family, I thought I saw an Instagram post from Raul's mother, Norma, today. That's her, right?
She was on my feed quite
It's
a few
Norma
times today.
_M_ Malo. Is that her?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was a little apprehensive. I was like, wait a minute, is this an imposter? But from looking at it and the comments, I
No,
assumed it.
that's Norma's. Yeah.
Okay. She shared the Feliz Navidad video from the
Oh, yeah,
Mavericks yesterday. The video that Lorenzo shared. She shared that.
Yeah, that's Norma. Yeah, she was on. She'd gone through several of my posts, was liking stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I feel comfortable now that was her. I did make a comment, and I just thought that was a nice way, if she gets a chance to read them, for her to see the sentiments from the fans and people who want to express their condolences. That really is her. So I thought that was a nice way to.
One random fan on another page needs to stop talking because they literally said she'd passed away.
Oh, oh my
What?
Lord.
On our page?
No,
No.
I made sure that it was not our page
Oh my gosh, people.
because I would have
Come
blasted them for
on.
one. No, it was from that other group.
Oh,
Mm.
how dumb. That's a really
Yeah.
dumb thing to do. That's a really
I
dumb.
literally had a slew of people, like, I think I may have sent it to you. It was a couple days ago, and like literally like sending me messages of this, and I'm like, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I try to since Joni's here and we're all here together. Joni, remember we were talking about having a grief counselor
Uh-huh.
come?
Yeah,
Maybe we can do that, just because
sure.
I see a lot. I see obviously what gets posted on the page and talking to people, and everybody doesn't grieve the same. Everybody doesn't necessarily cry, or um the
Yeah,
pain
it
is
can be
there,
anything.
but it may be more outward in some, more inward in some. There's some people who don't communicate at all.
Or how to
And
move forward with life.
yeah,
Right, right.
yeah. So, I think that would be good, just because, like I said, we're all different, and there isn't a good way or a bad way or a right way or a wrong way. We all loved Raul. We are all going to miss having him in our lives. Um, I think some people were maybe a little bit more invested than others, just because they had access that not necessarily everybody had. And that's not, like I said, good or bad. But even I am struggling. I think my friends, it's not that they don't understand, but they have never necessarily
They
been a
weren't
fan.
invested or vested into
Yes.
him.
Right, right.
And they don't have a group or a band or a person that they follow. They might have an actor, or like, let's just say George Clooney or something like that. But I guarantee you never sat down and have a conversation with George Clooney. And I'm not trying to minimize who those people follow. I'm just saying that our relationship with the Mavericks is very different than other people because of the music. I mean, when I was a kid, if I could have followed Buck Owens around on Hee Haw every day, I would have. But I was only 7, and they wouldn't let me. So, I'm a
goodness.
pickin' and I'm a grinning. That would have been me. So, but I really think that even I could benefit from having a grief counselor come, because, like, my friends haven't really said anything bad, but I know when I talk that they're probably like, oh, she's still like that. She's still there. She's still. So I just kind of feel like sometimes I don't want to tell people anything, or when people want me to go out and socialize. And it's not like I don't go out, but I'm not where I can sit in a place for hours and hours right now with people laughing. I can do dinner with a few people, but I have to go to an event in Palm Springs in a couple weeks, and I'm kind of not looking forward to it because it's a gala, and I'm gonna have to be away I can't be for a prolonged period of time. I'm sorry, I get thoughts and things come in my mind, and I'm gonna have to be
Well, yeah.
smiling and taking pictures, and I'm
And
just not there yet.
yeah. And you don't, I mean, that's the thing about grief is you don't have to be anywhere but where you are. I mean, you can't really be anywhere but where you are. So what I had mentioned was, the CEO of our hospice here, a hospice of Ohio. She's a person I work with through my job, and I did talk to her, and she said yes, she would be happy to come on, but she felt that um, a person who's on hospice's staff that handles grief support might actually have more to say. She's happy to come on. She said, it'll be a little bit short, that you're kind of past that point of needing hospice care. So, and I know this other person for the grief support person as well. So I can definitely move forward with that. I just kind of wanted to, just kind of wait, give everyone time for the holidays and such. But if we're all okay, and Randy, you think it's okay
That's fine.
to move forward, yeah, I'll
Well,
definitely get a hold of her. And
there's other people who may need it that are in transition now,
yeah,
in people's families, and
right.
or who may be leading to that, and this is a
Yeah.
good bridge to get people to understand what they're about to go through and what to look
Yeah.
for. And
Well, and where you can get help, you don't have to do it by yourself. I think I
oh my
mentioned
God, no.
I mentioned before that, hospice here, at least anybody can go to them for grief counseling. It's meant to be short term, and it's meant to help you kind of frame what just happened, um, and give you some tools for getting through that. So my offer
I think,
remains, if you don't want
yeah,
to
I think
go
it's
through the trouble
time.
of finding it where you live, let me know, and I'll
Yeah,
do the
I think
research
it's
for
time
you.
for us to do something like that. Just because, like I said, I'm kind of feeling in myself personally. I don't like having to apologize that I'm sad. I don't like having to apologize that I don't want to go out and do certain things. And I have participated as much as I can, which I think is, to me, seems like a lot. And I just nobody but other people here understand, because they don't have somebody like this. They don't have never had this. There's no way to explain it to people. Even the people that have gone to concerts with me who are Mavericks fans, and I'm not going to say they weren't good fans, but it wasn't an everyday thing for them. It was an everyday thing for me. It's still an everyday thing for me. I don't know when it will ever not be an everyday thing for me. And I don't think I'm abnormal. I don't think that I'm wrong, and I should be allowed to be sad for however long I need to be sad. I don't go around advertising that I'm sad or hanging my head when I'm out with, the neighbors or whatever, but I'm just not where people think I should be.
No, you're processing. You're still processing. If it was to the point where you were non-functional, I would call someone
No.
myself for you.
I'm definitely functioning. I have, pets I have to take care
Oh
of,
no, yeah,
obviously.
no, and you are. If there was a different
Packages,
situation, yeah,
delivery, taking the trash out. The only reason I'm not at the vet with Noelle right now getting her IV fluids is because I had my per chain, so I got out of doing the IV today. So no, it's just like I said, I just can't. It's like when you're with a bunch of people and everybody's laughing, and that's okay, and I'll laugh too, but I'm not going to do it for a long period of time. Like a party, like for 6 hours, like when everybody gets together for 6 hours, I'm not going to keep it together for 6. I'm going to need to either leave or close the door and be in my room, or I'm going to be quiet. And then it becomes, like, what's the matter with the net? Why isn't it so quiet? It's like, hello, because it's not them, because it's not their grief. They don't understand.
Are these things that you have to go to? Can you not go this year?
This thing in Palm Springs I have to go to, it's actually a gala, and I have a dress and a hotel and a resort and everything like that. And other people are counting on me being there. So I kind of do have to go, but it's like a dinner and a dance. It's going to be like 6 hours. And I mean, I thought maybe I'll just go and like, oh, I don't feel good now. Like, we'll see how it is that day. It's still a few weeks away. But I'm just happy being by myself right now and thinking and resting. I even go to bed early now so that I can watch videos or listen to music uninterrupted and just go to sleep that way and sleep with my earbuds, and that's fine with me. So I look forward to going to bed early now because it's my alone time to watch videos or stuff that people have shared with me, or the page and things like that. Because I do feel like people were like, she's always on the Malo page. She's always did. I just think so now I just go to bed early so I can do it uninterrupted. I feel like a little Raul hoarder. Before I was a Raul stalker, now I'm a Raul hoarder. And I'm okay with it. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. But
No, it's not.
Joni, can you read Karen's prayer,
Sure.
the one before yesterday's one?
Yeah,
I'd like to share something today that happened.
Yes, Karen.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. How are you today, love? How was your brisket?
I was,
Ooh.
it was good. It was good. I've made better meals, but it was
Oh,
good.
she didn't like it.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
know she's like she moved on to something better than the brisket. Are you kidding? Is there such a thing?
Yeah, well, I met a friend today. I'm trying to be a little bit more social,
I hear
and
you.
yeah, and this grief thing for me is not linear.
Mhm.
Like when I had a few days of feeling better, that I cried, like I wasn't crying, I was just teary and very, very sad. And I had a couple of days where I felt stronger, I felt stronger. And today I said I was going to the city, I had to go to the dentist, and I met a friend of mine. And as I'm on the train, I'm listening to Raul singing Silent Night. And I've heard him sing it once before, and he's in a red shirt. I don't remember where it was. It was a concert. And I'm listening to this and I'm starting to, become emotional, not crying, just feeling it. So I go to the restaurant, I meet her, and I've gone to Maverick concerts with her before, two of them, as a matter of fact. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to it, and she comes in, and I said, Vienna, I said, you have to hear this. You just have to hear this. So she starts listening to it and she's like, oh my God. And the people in the restaurant next to us said, who is that? And I said, I just kind of stopped, and I said, oh, this is Raul from the Mavericks. And they said, oh, can we listen? And I said, sure. And the person that was the maitre d' at the restaurant, it's a little Norwegian restaurant, he lowered their music that
Oh,
was
wow.
overhead so that they could hear, these two girls could hear the music. And then as they're listening to it, the people on the other end came over and they said, who is that? And I said, and I felt like a proud mother. I was so proud. And I said, yeah, I said, this is Raul. I said, from Malo from the Mavericks. I said, he just passed away. And they're listening, they're like, that voice. So they had to write down his name. And I told them, and then I started playing other songs. I played like, all night long. I played like two or three songs. So he wound up collecting probably about 6 new fans today. And I just felt it was just such an amazing moment that I just like all of you, you like to expose people, to this incredible talent. You know what I mean? And like I said, I felt like a proud parent. And I just felt like that the fact that I can introduce them to this amazingly talented man that can sing Silent Night like I've never heard before. I've never heard
Agreed.
anybody sing it like that. So that was just such a moment for me today. It really was. Right before I came home, we're having a major snowstorm right now. And I'm listening to him as I'm walking in the street with the snow, and I'm like, this was a good day. This was a good day, because you didn't cry all day, and you introduced 6 more people. You brought in their
You got some
world.
rum, and you got some rum today. I got some rum. So I agree
Yeah.
with you.
So
There are
anyway, it was a different kind of day for me. So
Yeah.
Well,
I think there's going to be a lot of new fans.
but sometimes I
Honestly.
wonder, it's I have to remind myself too at times. We're like within that first month, it's only been, as you will hear in a couple minutes, 18 days. That's no time at all, but in human time and heart time, but I sometimes feel like I love social media and I love that, but it just accelerates a lot of things, and there's so much more stimulus around it that I sometimes wonder if that in this case, when it's so fresh and so new and just so raw, like not even, just letting your pace be the thing that dictates it, not, trying to keep up with what all the other fans are saying, or,
right, right.
you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
keeping it in check before we had all these ways to stay connected. There was a slower rhythm to the patterns of life, and things like this, when we first happened, I talked about the 49 days of death, where, in Buddhism, that's it. It's about the fact that the person is still transitioning and needing prayers, and you as a person who knows that person is still very much
Very
actively
good.
mourning and grieving, and like that's it. That's the thing that's happening. And yeah, so I don't know. I guess for myself, I just always pull myself back and say, put some reality behind all of this. It's not even been 3 weeks. That's absolutely no time. And it's absolutely no time for the family. I mean, we just can't even imagine.
No.
It's
What-
true.
what
I
they're-
don't know too if it's harder for people who just had seen him recently. To me, July wasn't very long ago. I mean, it feels
Yeah.
like it was a couple weeks ago. And so I think it's harder because that's where I get hung up on. I just saw him.
Yeah, me too.
That's the where the wall I hit. I just saw him. That's where I keep that's what I keep that's like where I get stuck at. And so and
Well,
I know that people understand, but I don't know that everybody in my life understands.
Oh, I get
You
it.
were with me.
we understand.
I was
You know,
gonna
I,
ask
I look
Karen,
at the. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ken.
I was gonna say, Karen, next time make sure you have business cards that have the Malo Strong Family and Friends, and put in a caption underneath that says, "Answer the 2 damn questions."
And agree.
Good one,
And
yes.
Because
say,
we
I
want to make
agree.
Randy happy. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I just had to remove one, deny one because she answered one question and answered and clicked the box for the rules, but didn't answer the other question.
Well, what
And
cracks me up
those
too
always amaze me.
is sometimes their answers are kind of snide. Like,
Yeah.
That's the ones I just block.
And I don't
And I'll
accept
read-
those because I leave those for Randy. I'm like,
I'll
let
read
Randy
it
make that
like,
decision.
did I read that right? Or am I reading it wrong? And then I'll read it again. And I'll be like, no, that's snide. They're being snarky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
block and ban. I don't even bother. No, but I get what you were saying too, because I look at the and because of how fast he was progressing with the disease,
Yeah.
and it was fast. And I mean, I knew prognosis when he received it.
Yeah.
I knew, you know, when he was told that he was terminal, and, watching and then trying to stay positive for everybody here, stay positive for everyone who was coming onto the page and everything else, and trying to, put all those things out there, and seeing from the video from just on my birthday when he literally just got out of radiation, to the video when he was going in for chemo with him and Betty.
Yeah.
And just that short amount of time, and seeing him, and just it's difficult.
I think
Randy,
you've
you're
really
talking
been a
about when he
trooper.
was told that he was terminal from the brain, not the colon. You're talking about after the LMD, the
LMD.
LMD, right?
Which was in September.
That was,
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know, is
okay.
that what you're saying? I want to make sure I understand what
I
you're
think
saying.
he's trying to be
Okay.
respectful.
Oh, okay. I could be
And that's
slow.
what I
you
was
know.
just gonna say is I think it's been very admirable, Randy, because I mean, I know that there were people who reached out to me like 2 months ago, and they'll be like, well, do you know this? Do you that? I don't know. And Randy will tell you, I don't ask Randy anything. I don't, I'm that way in my personal life as well. I don't ask anybody anything because it's not my business.
And
And
until Betty told me, or this or that to go post, it wasn't discussed, it wasn't talked about, because it he needed it to receive and feel as much encouragement and positive prayer aspects, and energy, whatever it may be, to keep him going and to keep
Mm-hmm.
Betty going. And because she's facing a tough battle now,
Mm-hmm.
on her own, not just the loss of her husband, which is, that in itself is tremendous. She's, the partner,
father of her children.
father of her children, somebody who's been in her life for over 40 years. People just, focus on how long they were married. No, they were together a lot longer. They've known each other since she was like, 14 years old. This guy has been in our family. Well, young, probably even more than that, because I think I was at least 12 or 13, I think, when I first met him. And she's like a year younger than me.
Mm.
So, and then all the business piled on top of it. And then, difficulties on top of that. And then this slew of fake people using all the copyrighted logos, name, music, everything, trying to sell merchandise falsely.
Been dealing with a lot, and you've
It's a
had
lot.
to be a brave face, not just for the family, but for us. You're the front
No,
facing
I'm
person.
not even. I don't even want to be put into the category at all. Not even. Yeah, don't even put me in there. Betty's the one that's been the bravest.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
you you have
don't
been
even bother
strong
to
for
lump me in the
us.
catalog. She's been the bravest.
But you have been strong for us. You've been you have been who we see. You're the front facing person to us, and you're dealing with your own grief, and you're here for us every day, and you've been so supportive.
I am, but I was lucky because I was grieving for months.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was the difference. I was grieving for months because I knew the prognosis. I knew where this was all leading to. Despite what he was, additional treatments, I knew that where it was at. And so I have been a little bit more fortunate on that aspect. And this, same with Betty. She knew, you know, and she was just kind of going through the motions, and she was watching her husband slowly die. And you know, I won't get into details, but we had a lot of long conversations about this, and I mean, it's heart-wrenching, you know, especially somebody that you've seen for as so virile and so strong and, you know, for a
Right.
lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that was
Mhm.
invincible for a lifetime, and realize how fleeting life is,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, I've flatlined twice. So I'm at a point in my life that if something happened to me tomorrow, I'm fine. Because I as how I
Yeah.
process things.
Yeah.
So, but this is still it's been horrendously difficult, and it will be for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Not even my father, but this, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
don't be.
Yeah, but yet here
This
you are,
this is a
Randy.
progression of
Here
life.
you are. You
It's a
know, and
progression of life, and this is how I look at it. It is a progression of life, and what happens in life, there's no changing it. Everybody has their predestined time of when they're going to go, whether they want to accept it or not.
Yeah.
You know, it was just difficult to see the amount of pain and surgeries and everything that he had to go through to get to that point.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like, I don't know if you can see that.
I
A
see
little
it.
bit.
Good.
What is it?
Somebody sitting in a
Somebody
recliner.
in a chair.
Is that your
It's
husband?
my husband.
Oh,
I
Aw.
just wanted to show the picture while you were talking.
oh, thank you.
Thank you
You
for
were
sharing that, Susan.
mentioning what she had to do in watching him
Yeah.
and I know what that's like because I had to watch my husband die. And it was a very long, drawn out process. And there was nothing I could do to change it.
Yeah, all you
And
can do is make them comfortable and surround them, which is what I told her. Surround him with as much joy and happiness,
right.
and you know, was trying to boost up my cousin Anna, you know, because she takes things very hard. She's a very emotional person, very to the heart kind of person, and you know, and you know, I mean, she didn't eat. She barely remembers her father being sick, you know, and didn't comprehend even that because she was so young. So and you know you know, with her grandparents and like our Aunt Bobby and stuff, you know, there was some, you know, illness and age involved and things like that with different people, but she didn't see the progression of somebody healthy
Yeah.
looking to what happens when radiation is shot through your brain and how much you physically will change
Yeah.
just from that alone. And you know, I'm trying to help her to be strong for her sister, you know, as and it was just hard on everybody all the way around. So I was constantly, you know, ping-ponging back and forth, and then with millions of people, literally, how is he? What's going on? Oh my God, this, that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, breathe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ramsey, I hope I didn't offend you with my question. It
Gosh,
was
no.
not, okay, it really
Oh gosh,
wasn't meant that way. Okay.
And it's,
Um,
you know, I lost some, we weren't married, but he had cancer as well. And, you know, he died at 52 years old. And it was amazing to me in a bad way that, you know, when he got the news that they had done all they could, and, you know, he was supposed to live 3 years, ended up living a year and a half. And from the time where he got that, we've done all we can until the when he died was like 3.5 weeks. And it was like the pictures of him is similar to Raul, in that 3 weeks where he still looked good to you know, the last one I have is about 4 days before he died. It's horrible. And it doesn't, you know, it's been 5 years for me and it's still like, I don't make sense of any of it yet. I mean, it's still just, it's my constant companion that I know it's something that has happened to me you know, and him. I mean, he's gone. He had to die. Um, and there's it's going to be with me the rest of my life as well, and that's okay. But it's you know, the people who say, oh, you can just get over it or just move on and blah blah blah. I mean, those are well-intended comments a lot of times, but
Misguided
yeah,
attempts at
you know,
combat.
some people need to do that. That's their ability to handle the difficulty and the difficult emotions that come with this. But like, I made the decision that I was going to learn from it, and I was going to dive in, you know, like whatever feeling I was having, I was going to have it, and I was going to understand it. And I owed it, you know, I owed it to him to understand that, because, you know, he had to die and he had to leave. He loved being alive. He reminded me in a, you know, he wasn't Raul, obviously, but very much that kind of person, just boisterous and full of life, and, you know, bald head and beard. And, you know, he looked like Tevye from Fiddler on the Roof. He was Jewish, and, you know, he used to dance and shake his belly around like If I Were a Rich Man song. And for somebody like that, so full of life, to just boom, get flattened, it's numbing. And it's taken me 5 years to actually be able to talk about it without like some sense of the trauma, and it's still with me. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to offer that in a way of saying, well, I've been through it too. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's just nothing, nothing about it has to ever be linear. Um, and and it unfortunately has put me in a different category of what I will and won't tolerate, you know, from relationships and emotional situations and people and that sort of thing. But that's all right. You know, I'm okay like you, Annette. I'm okay being by myself. You
Yep.
know, it's okay.
I like to be by myself. Sometimes people just don't get it. I'm okay with it. I'm like the happiest person. Not that I don't like people, but I do appreciate my alone time. Don Carter put, my dad passed of lung cancer. It was really hard to see him suffer and not be able to breathe. And then
Mm,
Debbie Potter put, and then with my favorite icon, Raul Malo, with the same, I just don't say a lot. So that was kind of why I said something today, because I just know a lot of us have been keeping it in, trying to, you know, stay up, be and positive. And sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes it just weighs heavier on you sometimes than others. And I just thought, if I'm not saying anything, do the math, how many other people aren't saying anything. So then we have a whole group of people who aren't necessarily processing it. Then who do you process it to? Because your friends might already be at their, you know, maximum capacity listening to Raul. And so then you go off by yourself, or you just want to be by yourself because you don't want to burden. I mean, it sets off a whole, and I used to have a whole different philosophy about people passing until this happened. Like, I lost my mom and it was sudden, and I don't know if that's easier or if it's better to have time to say goodbye. I don't know. I used to think that I wish I would have had more time. And then now I hear this and I'm like, well, maybe it was best. You have all these different thoughts, but things that you don't necessarily think about all the time, that when something like this happens, forces you to think about those things. And none of us are getting any younger. So we have these situations now where um you have to, like, what if this happens again? You know, my dad's 88 and he has leukemia, but he's very, very well. Very uh a lot like your dad, Joni.
I've had
Um,
9 people pass this year.
oh my
And
God.
right
oh gosh,
before,
Randy.
and I have one that may also before the end of the year.
Mm,
God.
So, and then like right at the edge, when Raul got his diagnosis, like just a short time before that, a dear, dear friend of the family, Rebecca Del Rio, passed away
mm,
from brain cancer. that came back. She took herself out on her own terms because it came back, and it came back with a vengeance. Within like a couple weeks, I had found out one of my closest friends of 30 plus years that's framed most of the artwork that's even in my house here and in Florida had a brain tumor diagnosed. The following day was in hospice and died within 3 hours of being in hospice.
Oh my goodness.
And then shortly after that, within days, Raul's diagnosis with LMD.
Mm. My
And then
gosh.
I was literally throwing myself into the research for Betty.
Mhm.
And then getting like this crazy amount of people coming onto my business page out of nowhere.
So have you had time to grieve all these people
No,
that you loved,
no. I
including
have
Raul, because you're here and you're always
I
busy
have
taking care of
I
us
have
and
for
stuff.
Raul in bits and pieces over the last several months once I knew what the diagnosis was.
Right.
Because I knew
But all
the
these other
prognosis.
people that you loved,
No,
so many,
it's
9 people.
no. And so like when I went down to my Mama Joni's house, Gwendolyn was like, "Are you sure you want to come?" I was like, "Yes, I need to be there. I need to be in that house again. I need that energy back in my life. You know, even if it was a matter of just for a few days being back home there, like I needed it." And like I was literally sitting at the dining room table, and just tears started streaming down my eyes.
Oh,
And all I'm
yeah.
doing is looking up at the chandelier. You know, it was just like, and I
Yeah.
just threw myself into making cocktails.
Randy. There's
You know, what else was I gonna do?
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that one. There's
What are
a
you gonna
comment on
FaceTime
the
me is what you're gonna do.
on the live chat from Rosie Carey, and she put, "I'm 68 and these deaths seem to hit me harder now. I lost my best friend of 51 years in October, and then Raul 6 weeks later. Tough year. I'm sorry, Rosie." And see, I agree with her. I'm 58, and these things do tend to, I guess, hit harder as we age. I don't know if that's necessarily why, but I do think that there's a lot of brain cancer going on for some reason.
A lot.
Yeah, I have a lady on my team who,
Nowhere else in the world like this. It's here
yeah,
in the
I have
US.
a lady on my team who has 2-year-old twins, and one of them has brain cancer. And it's like, I can't think of it. I know it has something glastoma in it.
Glioblastoma.
Yeah, it's a serious cancer, and
Yeah.
she has one twin that's fine and one that's not. And it was all of a sudden, and that was like right at the beginning of this with Raul. And then now you say this, so I'm hearing brain cancer. I mean, I'm used to hearing cancer. I'm not used to hearing brain cancer as much as I
And
am.
several other people, celebrities, unfortunately, they're talking about it
Yeah.
because that's how people will find out
Michael
that.
Bolton has it, right?
Does he really?
Does he?
I had
I
no
thought
idea.
he had brain cancer, and then what's the other one? Barry Manilow has lung cancer.
He has lung
Yeah.
cancer again for yeah, brain cancer. He has a glioblastoma. It was diagnosed in December of 2023.
Michael
Uh,
Bolton?
yeah, he had
Yeah.
emergency surgery. They were able to remove the tumor. I don't know where else it is at right now, but yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea. So I think it's important, journey, like if we could get somebody, just because I want to be better prepared next time.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I feel like there'll be a next time, and I want to know,
Right.
prepare
You
yourself,
just
but I
right.
just
Mm-hmm.
don't. When my mom passed, it was during COVID, so there wasn't a lot of, you really didn't have a lot of options as far as going to therapy or anything like that. There was very few people at my mom's services because of COVID. So I didn't get to talk to a lot of people. I think that inhibited my processing it at the time. But yeah, I think it's important. I think we're all internalizing a lot of this, and that's not necessarily bad, but it's got to come out somewhere.
So what I'll do, the woman who I'm going to talk to, Kim Vasey is her name. She's done, I'll send everybody her TED talk. She did a TEDx Dayton about she's been a hospice nurse for 30 years and that. So that will maybe help a little bit. And then I'll email her. It might be a minute with the holidays, but yeah, I'll get moving on that.
And then Randy's going to make us a book of recipes for cocktails
Yeah.
that we can all make with our Trovador rum. That, like I said, it's absolutely beautiful. I am not a spokesperson, but I'm willing to.
Well, it should be.
Yeah.
I'm willing to, because there's a white one, a silver one too, right?
That's the one I have here in the refrigerator. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna get the other one because I want the pear on my shelf in the kitchen. My kitchen is gray, so I think the silver will look much prettier. But this one's beautiful too.
No,
And
actually, browns go really great with gray.
okay, well, I'll try it. I'll put it up there.
Designer
But-
approved.
well, it's a beautiful bottle. I love it. Looks like a Art Deco marquee. Is
Oh
that what
yeah.
that-
I love
It's
Art
Very,
Deco.
it's very
very,
Miami
very-
Beach.
For
Yeah.
Miami, yeah.
Very pretty. It's very what was that movie, LA Confidential? The style
Mhm.
Art Deco. I just think it's beautiful. And like I said, it helps me to have something that I know Raul loved. So I like that. I like that a lot.
I got 2 posters today in the mail. I'm gonna take a picture of them and post them tomorrow. But the one is the
Carol,
one
look at Carol's shirt.
from New Mexico. Ooh, look at that. Is that new?
Love
That's not
it.
new. You've worn that
That's
before.
cool.
Well, now we can see the whole shirt though.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very nice. Very pretty. I've been checking the Mavericks store every day. Which posters did you get, Joni?
I got the one from Santa Fe, the September one, with the Coco Pelli dancing on there. And then the other one I got is from the European tour several years ago, and it's just a huge moon and a horse on the front. And I love horses. So I got that one, but the moon is metallic and silver. It's like a silver foil on it, which I didn't know when I bought it. So it's beautiful. I love it. It's like a bright turquoise.
Joni's gonna have to invest a small fortune because I made the mistake of asking the other day. I'm like, well, how many posters? 'Cause I thought, well, I can help her, get some of them framed. She has 13, which would be now 15, right?
Yeah.
15. I mean, she's gonna need to hit the lottery to frame all those posters if she wants them professionally.
Yes.
You
and I do.
go over to Habitat for Humanity and
Oh,
get the
yeah.
cheap pictures that already
Yeah.
are there, framed with glass and everything in it.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
can get mats cheap, and you can get the mats the size that you want, and you can double the mats to get the dimension that you want. Just double them or triple them up because they're already bevel cut and everything.
Yeah.
And you just do brown paper on the back of it with just some simple glue around the edge. Put it over the back of it, your hangers on it, and you're good to go.
I'm good to go. That's a good idea. Because
Wow.
Habitat,
And
they
it
always
saves you
have
a
those
lot of money.
huge- Yeah.
Excellent idea. Yeah, I
Oh, 'cause
thought didn't
I
know
don't
she
even
had
want to, like, it's a gross amount of money that I personally have even spent for framing, like at clips, like 5-10,000 at a time just for
Yeah.
framing. It's like ridiculous.
It's
And that was
crazy.
at a
I mean-
severe discount.
But once you get like a wall or a room with all those posters, oh my God.
It's going to be
I just
amazing. I can't
wanna
wait.
get schnockered in there with a bottle of rum and,
Yeah. And a tambourine. Yep. Rum and a
tambourine.
tambourine.
You know what? I am getting a tambourine. I saw that Feliz Navidad video yesterday. Who's that? The gentleman from their tour that was with them, the guy.
Jeff Walker.
The guy that
The guy that was in the back playing the tambourine. Who was that?
yeah. He's in the Feliz Navidad video. I don't know his name, but I've seen him on stage. But I'm gonna get a tambourine. I always wanted to take a tambourine to the concert, but I didn't want to get forcibly removed. Let me clarify that. So I didn't, and now I'm gonna do it. So now my neighbors are really gonna love it. And that with a tambourine. God help her. Joni, you can go ahead and do the prayer.
You gotta
Okay.
perform for the gardeners when they come over.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, esta ya se le fue la mente, totalmente ya, déjala en paz. Be like,
Well, I had some. I
Jesus first.
played. I was out. It's like 60 degrees here, so I was outside yesterday doing or Christmas Eve maybe, and I took my mobile speakers out with me, and I was blasting the Mavericks and just hopefully waking everybody up.
There, you know what? I went, there was a little band here a long time ago that I would follow around. They were called the Alien Bees. It was like a local band, but they were really good. And I went to a concert one time and somebody had a tambourine, and I don't know how I got it in my hands. The next day my hand was black and blue. I'm not even kidding. I woke up and I was like, what happened? I didn't notice it at the time, which is probably okay.
It's because she passed out while they were trying to get the tambourine back from her. And she had a death grip on it that she wouldn't let go.
I have to play.
It was a big tambourine, but the next day I was like, oh my God, what happened? That's not a tambourine, really?
A couple of those big mug. He was like, "You'll get this tambourine out when you pry it from my cold."
You know what? You're gonna laugh. The guy that I was at that concert it was a club with, some girl grabbed his necklace and broke it, and it was like some kind of like Native American. It was a nice like shells kind of necklace.
Oh, she's already cursed for 50 more years. So
yeah. But anyhow, he was like,
and her ancestors.
Yeah, but
Right?
anyhow, I
7
got in her
generations.
stage. I had to stop the tambourine, and I was like, "What are you doing?" So I wasn't that drunk, but yeah.
That's where the bruising came from. You knocked her over her head with it a few times.
I like maracas.
If anybody's gonna break his necklace, it's gonna be me. No.
As you face palm the tambourine in your hand.
Right? It can be a weapon.
Right?
I hadn't thought
Bang
about
somebody
it.
on
But
the
now
head.
that you mention it, maybe something did happen. Oh well, it's okay. It's a long time ago. Everybody survived. It's okay.
That we
As
know
far as you
of.
know. Oh. Yep. All right.
I got
Go ahead,
family that
Joe.
keep
Shovels in the trunks of their car.
But I don't keep a shovel in the trunk of my car, but I do keep a bat, and it has a glove on
So do
it. So you can always say you were playing ball. Your intention was to play ball. Yeah, there you go. That's why you should watch Breaking Bad, everybody, okay? You learn these things.
I learned so much, it's like this is so helpful to me.
Super bad, you drunk, how to cook meth, stuff like that.
Yeah.
life skills.
Life skills. Good
I'm
Lord.
not kidding you. Everybody needs a burner phone. I'll tell you that story another day.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. Oh my gosh.
I feel
All
like
right.
praying. I feel like praying right now might not be the thing.
Some more things I have words
Go,
of wisdom
God.
to impart. I'm like
Raul.
farmers. I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two.
Right now,
And there you go.
that's Guardian Angel is going, oh my God.
Oh, mine's got a bottle of vodka sitting next to him.
It's going on.
I like Randy's guardian angel. No, but look at see the hearts are going. I mean, that's everybody praying for my soul. Thanks, Ken.
You're welcome.
Gosh. My phone, I can't. Okay.
Look at who's that, Carol?
Oh, that baby.
Who is that?
Okay, if I start praying, you get what's her name?
Ricky.
Ricky. Hi,
Hi,
Ricky.
Ricky.
Oh, Ricky, you're cute.
As a parent, you try your best to be not alone
Beautiful. Beautiful.
and seeing
He's a
Okay.
sweet boy.
Mute myself, Joni. There you go.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that the cat talking? Okay. All right. So if I get struck by lightning, Annette, it's your fault. I'm coming to get you. All right. A prayer for the days after. 18 days have passed and still it doesn't feel real. All 18 days, many of us wake up and say, is Raul really gone? The ache is still sharp, still heavy, still right there. An ache that follows us through every day. Some of us press play and let Raul's voice fill the room because it feels like being close to him again. For others, the sound hurts too much. It keeps the deep wound open instead of easing it. Both are love, both are grief, and both are okay. To the presence some call God, others spirit, creator, universe, or love, we ask for gentleness as we try to survive this loss. Help us be patient with ourselves and with each other, because no two hearts carry this the same way. In time, when we are ready, help us reach a place where the pain can sit beside gratitude, where missing him so deeply also reminds us how much he gave, how much richer our lives are because he was here. Raul is gone from our sight and our hearing, and for many, we have not caught up to that truth. For now, we live inside the ache, and somewhere ahead, without rushing, without forcing, we hope to find a way to let gratitude stand beside our pain.
Amen.
Amen.
Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino, hágase tu voluntad, en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestras ofensas como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejas caer en la tentación y líbranos del mal. Amen.
Amen.
And please remember to keep the family in prayer. I know we all think about them every day. And like Randy was saying, how strong Betty has been, his mother, the whole family, the boys, and I'm glad they have each other to lean on, but it's not easy. I think the holidays makes it harder even. But keep them in prayer. They need all of our prayer so much. So continue to pray for them. Remember too, you can send condolences to the P.O. box that's behind Ken here. You can see the full address behind Ken. I just noticed your t-shirt, Ken.
Sorry. It's the reason I don't.
But please use the whole P.O. box. The full address needs to be used. And remember to include a return address on the front of the envelope so that your letters do not get returned. But I think it would be a great time for them to receive outpouring of affection from the fans, just so that they know that they're thought of. I think that would be really nice. So anyhow, I wish you all a wonderful Friday evening. Judy and Hillary, wherever you are, happy Shabbat. And tomorrow is Saturday. And so I will see you all tomorrow, Saturday. Remember, Malo Strong. Thank you, Susan. Susan led the charge there for Malo Strong. Thank you, everybody on Facebook, too. I love you all. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks.
We'll see you mañana.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye everybody.